Welcome, and thanks for joining us for another episode of the 10-Minute Dental Marketing Podcast, a program dedicated to helping you grow your dental practice. In each episode, we'll discuss how you can improve your online presence and use the power of the internet to grow your practice.
Are you struggling to turn patient feedback into more than just another comment or review on your Google listing? Patient feedback is one of the most valuable resources your practice can leverage, yet many struggle to integrate it effectively into their marketing strategy, leaving powerful insights unused. In fact, 77% of patients use online reviews as one of their first steps to finding a new doctor. That means every review, survey, or comment is not just feedback. It's a marketing opportunity. At Titan Web Agency, we've worked with dental practices of all sizes, helping them integrate patient feedback into their dental marketing strategies. We understand the power of reviews and patient insights and have seen how small changes like effective online review management can greatly impact a practice's growth. In this post, we'll show you how to effectively integrate patient feedback into your marketing efforts. You'll learn actionable tips for leveraging reviews, improving patient communication, and using feedback to refine your strategy. What is patient feedback in dentistry? Patient feedback in dentistry encompasses all opinions and experiences patients share about your practice, from appointment scheduling to treatment outcomes. This includes online reviews, surveys, direct conversations, social media mentions, and anything that provides insight into your patient's thoughts. These insights are valuable because they provide direct input on patient satisfaction, which can be used to improve services and strengthen patient relationships. For example, if multiple patients comment on long wait times, the practice can consider adjusting scheduling to improve patient flow. The difference between feedback and online reviews. While they often overlap, patient feedback and online reviews serve different purposes. Online reviews are publicly visible on platforms including Google Business Profile and Yelp, directly influencing how potential new patients perceive your practice. Patient feedback is often collected internally through surveys or direct communication. Both types of feedback are critical to growing your practice. More positive reviews online can help you convert more potential patients into patients, and internal feedback can help you improve your processes and patient satisfaction, leading to more positive reviews. Feature online reviews. Patient feedback, internal. Visibility. Public-private influence attracts new patients, improves internal operations. Collection review platforms, Google, Yelp, etc. Surveys, forms, and direct conversations. Actionable tip monitor and respond promptly and professionally. Analyze trends and implement changes based on the insights. Patient feedback might sound like, the hygienist was kind and explained everything clearly. Positive feedback, highlighting staff excellence. The wait time was longer than I expected. Indicates a need to improve scheduling. The wait time was longer than I expected, indicates a need to improve scheduling. These comments, whether left in surveys, online reviews, or in person, offer powerful insights into how to improve the patient experience and your marketing efforts. Why is patient feedback important in dentistry? Patient feedback isn't about knowing how your team performed. It's a critical tool for building a stronger, more successful practice. When used intentionally, feedback improves the patient experience, strengthens trust, and helps drive long-term growth. Build trust and loyalty through patient-centered care. Listening to your patients and showing that their opinions matter builds a foundation of trust. Patients who feel heard are more likely to return, refer others, and speak positively about your practice. Patient-centered care isn't just good medicine, it's good business. Feedback provides direct insight into what matters most to the people you serve, from how they're greeted at the front desk to how treatment options are presented. Drive growth by turning feedback into actionable improvements. Feedback reveals both strengths and blind spots in your practice. Whether it's a recurring comment about long wait times or praise for a particular staff member, this information helps you make smarter decisions. On the marketing side, positive feedback can be repurposed into testimonials, social proof, or content ideas, while negative feedback can guide improvements that boost your reputation and patient satisfaction. Boost online visibility and SEO with positive reviews. Reviews and ratings directly influence your practice's online visibility. Search engines prioritize businesses with frequent, legitimate reviews. Patient feedback, especially publicly posted on review sites, can improve dental SEO performance and online visibility. Consistently getting new reviews also builds credibility and helps potential patients feel confident in choosing your practice. Increase patient retention and referrals through positive experiences. When patients see that their feedback leads to real improvements, they feel valued, and that loyalty turns into long-term retention. Satisfied patients are more likely to recommend your practice to friends and family. Word-of-mouth referrals remain one of the most powerful forms of marketing, and they often begin with a positive experience that was acknowledged and improved upon through feedback. Smart ways to collect feedback from patients. Collecting feedback doesn't have to be complicated, but it does need to be intentional. The most successful dental practices make patient feedback part of their regular workflow using various tools and channels. Below are some of the most effective ways to gather meaningful patient insights. Dental survey questions for patients with examples. Surveys are a direct and structured way to gather feedback about specific aspects of your dental practice. Your questions should be concise, relevant, and easy to answer to be effective. You can collect feedback through various means, such as digital forms or physical surveys. Example survey questions. How satisfied were you with the communication from our staff before your appointment? Was your wait time reasonable? Did the dentist explain your treatment options clearly? How likely are you to recommend our practice to others? What could we improve for your next visit? Consider using a mix of multiple choice, rating scale, and open-ended questions. This approach gives you both quantitative data and qualitative insights you can act on. These questions can be delivered in various formats, including digital forms. Download our free list of dental survey questions for patients below to kick off your feedback strategy with confidence. Digital forms for collecting feedback. Digital forms via email, SMS, or patient portals are convenient and cost-effective for gathering feedback after appointments. You can automate the process by sending a follow-up message with a survey link shortly after the patient visit, while the experience is still fresh. This method ensures that you can collect responses quickly and efficiently. Tips for using digital forms. Keep the form short, 3 to 5 questions max. Make it mobile-friendly. Personalize the message for higher engagement. Patient portals are another excellent avenue, especially for more detailed surveys that cover the entire patient journey. Check with your practice management software to see if it offers digital forms or surveys that you can send out after a patient visits. Online reviews. Google, Yelp, Healthgrades, etc. Love 'em or hate 'em, online reviews are here to stay. They are a powerful form of public feedback that can influence how potential patients perceive your practice. Encouraging patients to leave honest reviews on the top review platforms in your market can help build your online presence while giving you valuable insights into patient satisfaction. How to encourage reviews. Ask during checkout or follow-up emails. Provide direct links to your review profiles. Thank patients for positive reviews and professionally respond to negative ones. Automate the process with auto texts or emails. Being active in managing your reviews shows that you care about patient experiences and are open to feedback, good or bad. If you need help getting started with this, be sure to visit our blog posts, a 5-star guide to review management for dentists, and 10 ways to ask patients to leave reviews. Kiosks and in-office suggestions. In-office kiosks or suggestion cards are great for collecting immediate, real-time feedback. Some patients prefer to share their thoughts while still in your practice, especially if it's something they may forget later. Options to consider. Tablet stands with quick surveys at checkout, physical comment boxes for anonymous feedback. QR codes are posted around the office that link to an online form. An example of a kiosk page is in the image below. These methods are especially helpful for gathering feedback from patients who may not be responsive to digital follow-ups. Social media listening. Not all feedback comes directly to your inbox. Patients often voice their opinions on social media platforms, sometimes without tagging you directly. Paying attention to what's being said about your practice on Facebook, Instagram, or even local forums can provide unfiltered insights. Social listening tactics. Monitor mentions and tags. Read and respond to comments on your posts. Use social media management tools to track your reputation. By staying tuned in to online conversations, you can catch both praise and problems early and show your community that you're listening and willing to improve. How to encourage more patient feedback. Patients are often willing to share feedback. You just have to ask the right way and at the right time. Creating a culture where feedback is welcomed and easy to give helps your practice continuously improve and build stronger patient relationships. Here's how to do it. Best timing right after appointments follow-up. Timing can make or break your chances of getting useful feedback. The most effective window is within a few hours after the appointment, when the experience is still fresh. Strategies that work. Send a follow-up email or SMS the same day. Ask patients in person at checkout. Include a short feedback form in post-visit communications. Following up promptly shows that you care about their experience and value their opinion. Language that works. Scripts and prompts. The way you ask for feedback matters. Using friendly, specific language increases the chances that patients will respond. Sample scripts. We'd love to hear how your visit went today. Do you mind leaving us a review and rating? Great. We look forward to reading your comments. If you have a minute, could you share your thoughts about your experience with us? Great. We look forward to reading your feedback. Your opinion matters. Would you be willing to leave us a quick review online? Great. We look forward to reading your feedback. Keep it casual and sincere. Patients are more likely to respond when they feel their input is genuinely appreciated and when they know you will be watching for their review. Empowering staff to ask effectively. Your front desk and clinical teams play a big role in how patients perceive your practice and in whether patients feel encouraged to share their thoughts. Train your team to confidently and kindly ask for feedback. Here are some key training points. Role play. Different ways to ask. Practice asking for feedback in various scenarios. No matter what type of appointment the patient had, it's always helpful to ask for their thoughts in a friendly and open way. Here are examples of how you can ask for feedback in different situations. General feedback request. Thank you for coming in today. We're always looking for ways to improve. If you have a moment, we'd love to hear about your experience. When a patient expresses satisfaction. We're so glad you had a great experience today. Would you mind taking a quick minute to share your thoughts? Great. Your feedback helps us make sure every patient has a wonderful visit. When a patient expresses concerns, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. We value your feedback and want to make sure we're always improving. Would you be willing to provide more details on how we could have made your experience better? Emphasize why feedback is valuable. Explain that feedback isn't just for the business, but for improving patient care. Your feedback helps us ensure we're meeting the needs of all our patients and providing the best possible care. By sharing your experience, you're helping us identify what we're doing well and where we can improve. Provide staff with ready-to-use scripts. Equip staff with specific phrases to use. Would you be willing to fill out a short survey about your visit today? It only takes a few minutes. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to leave us a review online. It really helps other patients find our practice. We value your opinion and would appreciate any feedback you're willing to share. When your team feels confident and supported, they'll ask more often, and patients will respond more positively. Making feedback easy. QR codes, links, automation. Even if a patient is willing to leave feedback, they typically won't go out of their way to do so. Make the process simple and frictionless. Tactics to try. Display QR codes in the office that link directly to a review form. Use automated tools to send follow-up messages with embedded links. Offer multiple options, text, email, web forms, to suit different preferences. The easier you make it, the more likely patients will take the time to share their experience. Analyzing and using feedback to your advantage. Collecting patient feedback is only the first step. To drive meaningful improvement, practices must turn raw comments into actionable insights and apply those insights to enhance services, messaging, and overall patient experience. A structured, proactive approach ensures that feedback becomes a powerful catalyst for growth rather than an overlooked resource. Organizing comments into actionable themes. Begin by categorizing feedback to identify recurring patterns and trends. Carefully review survey responses, online reviews, and other input channels highlighting common topics. Are patients frequently mentioning long wait times, billing confusion, or exceptional staff interactions? Grouping comments into consistent themes makes it easier to pinpoint strengths and uncover areas for improvement. Helpful categories to consider: staff interaction and communication, appointment scheduling and wait times, office environment and cleanliness, treatment clarity and outcomes, billing, insurance, and pricing. How to do it. Create a centralized spreadsheet. Develop a spreadsheet or database with columns for each key category. This creates a consistent structure for reviewing feedback over time. Implement a regular review cycle. Review incoming feedback weekly or monthly, classifying each comment under its appropriate category. Identify emerging patterns. Monitor which categories accumulate the most feedback, positive or negative. A high concentration in any area signals a priority for attention and action. Assign ownership. Designate team members or departments responsible for addressing feedback within each category. Clear accountability ensures that insights are not only noted but also acted upon. Leveraging technology for faster, smarter feedback management. To streamline the process further and scale efforts, practices can leverage modern tools. Automated feedback platforms. Tools such as Typeform or Jotform offer features that automatically categorize responses and tag recurring issues. Sentiment analysis solutions. Built-in AI capabilities within survey software can instantly evaluate sentiment, flagging urgent feedback for immediate attention. Data visualization dashboards. Implement dashboards through the platforms Google Data Studio, Tableau, or Power BI to track real-time feedback trends and measure the impact of changes over time. Task automation and assignment. Integrate feedback systems with project management tools like Trello, Asana, or ClickUp, automating the assignment of feedback action items to the appropriate teams. Now, I'll be the first to admit this is a bit overboard, but we want to provide options to those reading this. By combining manual organization with smart automation, your practice can transform feedback management from a time-consuming task into a strategic advantage, ensuring continuous improvement, higher patient satisfaction, and long-term success. Identifying service gaps and marketing opportunities. Patient feedback is one of the most honest sources of insight into your practice's blind spots. When multiple patients mention a confusing payment process or lack of appointment reminders, it's a sign that something needs to change. But don't stop there. Positive feedback also reveals your practice's biggest strengths. If patients consistently praise your pediatric care, emergency availability, or gentle hygienists, those are features to highlight in your marketing. Using feedback to create better campaign messaging. The language your patients use in feedback can help shape your messaging. What they say and how they say it offers real-world language you can reflect in ads, website copy, social media posts, and more. Example: if multiple patients mention how calm and comfortable they felt during treatment, use those exact words in your next ad campaign. It's authentic and mirrors what potential patients are looking for. Sharing testimonials as social proof. Positive feedback is a powerful piece of information. Don't let it sit in a spreadsheet. With permission, turn those standout comments into testimonials across your website, review platforms, and social media. Patient voices build trust and influence new patient decisions. It is also important to obtain written consent before sharing any identifiable patient information publicly. This keeps your practice HIPAA compliant while using social media and protects patient privacy. Ways to use testimonials. 1. Add quotes to landing pages or treatment pages. 2. Create short testimonial graphics for Instagram or Facebook. 3. Feature video clips in email campaigns or YouTube ads. Social proof not only boosts credibility but also reinforces what sets your practice apart. Responding to feedback professionally, how your dental practice responds to patient feedback can be just as impactful as the feedback itself. Whether it's a glowing review or a critical comment, professional responses show that you value patient input and are committed to continuous improvement. If you want to read more in depth about how to handle reviews and the best way to respond, be sure to read our blog post about review management for dentists. Acknowledging positive reviews and amplifying them. When patients leave positive feedback, take the time to thank them. A simple, "Thank you for your kind words. We're so glad you had a great experience," can go a long way in building loyalty. If appropriate, amplify the feedback by sharing it, with permission, across your marketing channels, like your website, social media, and email campaigns. Publicly celebrating satisfied patients reinforces trust and encourages others to share their experiences too. Managing negative feedback with transparency. Negative reviews or comments can sting, but how you respond speaks volumes. Instead of ignoring criticism or getting defensive, respond calmly and professionally. Acknowledge the concern, express empathy, and share what steps, if any, you're taking to address the issue. Example, "We're sorry to hear about your recent experience. We appreciate your feedback and are actively working with our team to improve our level of service. Please feel free to reach out directly if needed. Our number is XXXXX. When to take feedback offline. Not every conversation belongs in a public forum. If a patient shares sensitive or complex feedback, it's often best to invite them to continue the conversation privately via phone, email, or in person. This protects patient privacy and allows for a more personalized resolution. It also helps you stay HIPAA compliant by avoiding detailed discussions in public review replies. Following up and closing the loop. Don't stop at the initial response, especially if a patient raised a concern. When appropriate, follow up to let them know what actions were taken or simply to check in. Closing the loop shows that you not only listen but also act on feedback, which builds long-term trust. Common challenges in patient feedback collection. Even with the best intentions, collecting consistent and honest patient feedback isn't always easy. Understanding the common challenges can help your dental practice proactively address them and improve the quality and volume of insights you receive. Low response rates and how to fix them. One of the most frequent roadblocks? Patients simply don't respond. They may forget, feel it's inconvenient, or not understand why their feedback matters. How to improve response rates? Send feedback requests shortly after the appointment when the experience is fresh. Use short, mobile-friendly surveys with 3 to 5 questions max. Clearly explain why their opinion matters and how it helps improve their care. Personally ask them to leave a review and mention to them that you look forward to reading their comments. The key is making it quick, easy, and meaningful for patients to participate. Biases in feedback and skewed perceptions. Most patients who leave feedback are either extremely satisfied or unhappy, creating an unbalanced picture of your practice. This feedback bias can lead to skewed perceptions if you're not capturing responses from the quieter majority in the middle. To combat this, gather feedback across a broad spectrum of patients and experiences. Periodically rotate your request methods, email, in-office, SMS, etc., and consider anonymous feedback options that make patients feel safer being honest. Integrating feedback without disrupting workflow. Some dental teams hesitate to invest in feedback efforts, concerned it might add extra work or slow things down. However, with the right tools and workflows, the process can be seamless and even save time in the long run. Integration tips. Automate feedback requests through your dental practice management software. Assign a specific team member to monitor and categorize responses weekly. Set aside a few minutes during team huddles to review key feedback trends. Use tools that visualize feedback data so patterns are easier to spot and act on. When feedback becomes part of your routine rather than an afterthought, it starts to feel less like a chore and more like a strategy. Future of patient feedback in dental marketing. As technology evolves, so do the ways dental practices collect, analyze, and act on patient feedback. What was once limited to post-visit surveys is now expanding into real-time insights and predictive tools that help practices stay one step ahead. Real-time feedback tools, chatbots, SMS, AI. Modern patients expect fast, convenient ways to share their opinions. Real-time tools like AI-powered chatbots on your website or instant SMS feedback after appointments allow you to gather insights while the experience is still fresh. These tools also reduce friction and increase the likelihood of honest responses. AI analysis for sentiment and trend detection. Artificial intelligence is transforming how dental practices understand patient feedback. Instead of manually reading through every review or survey response, AI-powered tools can automatically scan and analyze large volumes of feedback to detect patterns, recurring topics, and overall sentiment. Using Titan Web Agency's review platform MyReview, others will do it as well, Birdeye or Podium, practices can automatically tag feedback as positive, neutral, or negative using sentiment analysis, identify recurring themes like long wait times, friendly staff, or billing issues. Track changes in feedback over time to measure improvements or spot new concerns. For example, if several patients mention issues with the front desk, the system will flag that topic and group similar feedback together. Likewise, if praise for a specific treatment, like Invisalign, increases, you'll know it's a strength to highlight in your marketing. Using AI tools, offered within most review platforms at this point, to uncover what matters most to your patients, you can make smarter decisions both operationally and in how you position your practice online. Feedback integration. With CRM and marketing platforms, the future is all about connection. Integrating patient feedback into your CRM and marketing platforms means you can personalize campaigns based on actual patient experiences. For example, use happy patient reviews to trigger referral campaigns. Target patients who left neutral feedback with educational content or check-ins. Highlight recurring positive themes in social ads or newsletters. By combining technology with patient input, forward-thinking practices can create smarter, more responsive marketing strategies that truly resonate. Frequently asked questions on patient feedback. Whether you're just starting or looking to refine your process, here are answers to some of the most common questions dental teams ask about patient feedback. What exactly is patient feedback in a dental setting? Patient feedback refers to any comments or insights shared by patients about their experience with your practice. This can include feedback about scheduling, staff interactions, treatment outcomes, or overall satisfaction, whether through surveys, online reviews, social media, or informal conversations. How soon can patient feedback impact my dental marketing? If used strategically, feedback can influence your online reputation and patient inquiries within a few weeks. For example, regularly asking for reviews and acting on common suggestions can improve your visibility and trustworthiness. However, long-term results, including increased retention or referral rates, may take a few months. What's an effective way to collect feedback from patients? Short and timely surveys work best, especially when sent right after an appointment by text or email. Keep questions specific and easy to answer. You can also encourage reviews on your more important review platforms, such as Google, Healthgrades, or something else. How can smaller dental practices use feedback to stay competitive? Small practices can create a strong personal connection with patients by showing they listen and respond to feedback. By consistently improving the patient experience and sharing testimonials, smaller practices can build strong reputations and attract more of their ideal patients, often faster than larger, slower-moving competitors. What privacy rules apply when using patient feedback in marketing? HIPAA regulations require patient consent before sharing any identifiable information. Even if comments are positive, you must avoid disclosing health-related details unless the patient has given clear written permission. Always anonymize or seek consent when quoting feedback publicly. Final thoughts on patient feedback in dentistry? Patient feedback isn't just a formality. It's a powerful resource that can improve care, build trust, and fuel your dental marketing strategy. From surveys to social media comments, every piece of input is a window into what your patients value most and what may need attention. If you haven't already, this is your sign to take the first step. A simple post-appointment survey can reveal more than you think. Need help getting started? At Titan Web Agency, we help dental practices use insights like these to grow smarter. Whether it's improving your patient experience or optimizing your marketing, we're here to support your goals every step of the way. Do you need help getting more patient feedback for your practice? Schedule a free consultation. Why wait? Schedule a no-pressure discovery call now.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of the 10-Minute Dental Marketing Podcast. Implementing just one of the tips you heard today will help your practice move one step closer towards dominating your local market. If you got more questions, or you're looking for recaps, show notes, and even more resources to help you grow your practice, check us out at TitanWebAgency.com.